Hello, welcome into my workshop and welcome to the show Creations in Clay. My name is Louis Palladini, and tonight I like to do an animal that everyone is familiar with. It's a fantasy creature. I want to do a howling Bigfoot. And the reason why I call it a fantasy creature because, you know, nobody knows if it actually exists or not. So I'll show you the types of clay that we can use. There's an oil-based clay such as this, which I used to use all the time when I was a kid. I loved it because I can make things over and over again, and then when I get tired of them, I could just roll them up in the wall and make something new. There's another type of clay that can be bought in any art store, and it's an air hardening clay such as this, which hardens like in a couple of hours or overnight. And what's great about this is once it does harden, you can paint it. My preference for the clay is a clay called Super Sculpey, which can be baked in the oven about 275 degrees for about 15 or 20 minutes, and you can drill it, sand it. It allows you to make a tremendous amount of detail. The size balls that we'll be using for the sculpture tonight are, this is what we're going to be using for the head, this size right here. And then for the mouth portion, we'll be using a ball about this size. And then for the tongue, I have this size. And then for the teeth within the mouth, we're going to be using these right here. The first thing that we want to do is I want to make the head. So the portion that we're going to be making right now, we'll be making the head portion without the mouth right now. And I'll show you how we will do that. We can take the clay like this. Then we can push down. I like to squeeze it with my hands. And I'll show you the shape that we want. And then squeeze on the table. That way we can flatten it out a little bit. It's good exercise for the hands. Okay, now this is the shape that we want right now. And the next thing that we want to do is we want to make the eyes. So I'll show you on our sculpture here. See the two yellow eyes? We're going to be taking a sculpting tool and sculpting those out. And I'll show you how to do that. What I'm going to do is take the tool here, and I'm going to put it right about, I want to mark it there. Okay, so I'm going to take that one, scoop it out, and then I'm going to go right over here. I'm going to make a mark so I kind of know where I want to make it, or scoop it out, and we're going to scoop this out right here. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to make the eyes. So I'm going to take the two balls of clay I just scooped out. You can see them right here. And we're going to place those back into the eye sockets. So I'm going to take and place that back in there like that. And then we're going to place that one back in there like that. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to take, we're going to use the additive technique. And I'm going to take a little piece of clay. And what we can do is, I'm going to take two little pieces of clay. And what we're going to do is roll these on the table like this. Just like that. And I'm going to do it the same with the other piece. We want to make the eyes. So I'm going to take that piece like that, place that like that, and then we're going to bring that around like that. See how I did that? And we're going to do the same on the other side. So we'll take that piece, go like that, and then we'll go around, and there's some excess clay here. So I did that, and there's some excess clay here. So what I want to do is I can take, so we'll make those will be like the eyelids. See this? And we'll go. And then what we want to do is we want to get a couple more pieces of clay. I like to make these into balls. See that? By doing this, it makes it easier to work with. See that? And then I'll do another one. Because it makes it, the heat from your hand will make it more pliable. So we're doing that, just rolling it like that. And now what we're going to do is we'll take and we'll roll this on the table again. We probably won't need to use all the clay, but I just want to get it started. And we'll get this one started. And we're going to take, and we're going to kind of put this like this. See how I'm doing that? I'm going to put that like that. Then go around like that. And then what we can do is I'll take this piece here. We'll place this up here again. Like that. And then I'm going to pinch this off right here. See? Then another thing that I want to do is I want to take the sculpting tool, just kind of scoop this out a little bit right here. And we can take this piece of clay right here. We can put a little piece of clay there like that. And then what I'd like to do is we're going to make the mouthpiece right now. So I want to show you, see this right here? The mouth right here? The upper and lower jaw? We're going to make that piece, and that's going to be very easy to make. We're going to take this ball of clay right here, and then we're going to take an X-Acto knife and just and then cut it right down in the center like this. See that? And then what I want to do is I want to take and actually put my thumb inside there. See how I'm using my thumb? Just like that. And then what I'll do is I'll do the same for the other side. We can actually break these apart for a second. Then. So now what I want to do is I'm going to kind of place those like right in here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve this out a little bit. Take away some of this clay. So we can kind of create an area where that'll go in. See how I'm doing that? So then what we're going to do is I'm going to place that in there like that. So I'm placing that in there like that. And then I'm going to place the other one down below. Just like, see how that's starting to form? And then what we want to do is I want to add a little more clay to the nose area, right here. I'm going to add another little piece right there. And then what I want to do is also add more clay, like right here. See how I'm putting that in there? And then we'll put some clay over here on this side. See how I'm putting that in? Just like that. So what we want to do is, I do want to work on making the eyes. So I'm going to take the toothpick and go in there like that. And I'll do the same on the other side. See this? And just roll the toothpick around like that. And I'm going to go back over here and do the same thing on this side. So the thing that I want to do right now is kind of, I'm going to take my tool here and kind of push this in like this. See how I'm doing that with the, they're almost like little wrinkles. Think of them as little wrinkles up above here. Is now I'll take the toothpick. Now we can make some lines here. See this? See how I'm doing that? We're going to make the lines like that. And now what I want to do is the eyes, we'll just kind of, want to kind of make sure, push those in a little bit, make sure, get those in there like that. Now what we can do is for the eye portion, see this right here? Just kind of rough it up like this. See how that's coming along? And then the next thing that I want to do is build up the nose area a little more. So I'm going to take a little piece of clay here and place it right there. I want to take and like make little ridges like this. The nose area. So I'm going to take see the toothpick like that? And take and kind of what we want to do is I want to start making the fur for the face. We're going to add a little more clay up above. I'm going to take a couple of pieces like this. See this? Take and add. See how I'm adding that there? Just like that. Then I'll add another piece over here. And then what I also want to do is add almost like a little beard. I'm going to pick this up again. We had just added some up here, but now what I want to do is add, like, see his nice little beard down below his mouth? I want to add that piece. It'll try to make that beard-like shape. See how this is starting to form? See that? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that, see, attach that like that. See how I'm doing that? You know, if the proportion's a little off, don't worry about it. You're just learning. It's a good way to learn some of these techniques. And now what I'd like to do is I want to make some of the fur So what I want to do is I'm going to take this sculpting tool here, it kind of has a blunt end, like that, and we'll take and kind of go like that. See I'm doing that? I think it has a really nice effect. And we're going to do that down below here. I'll try to show you quickly, just like that. Now, to give this part texture, we're going to take and just dab it like this with the end of the sculpting tool. See I'm doing that? I want to give it some nice texture. And then we'll do the same for the bottom. Just kind of dab it like that. See, now it's really starting to take shape. It's amazing how you can take these small pieces of clay and just add them piece by piece to make it look this way. The last thing that we want to do is I want to make the mouth. I want to create the teeth in the mouth. So I'll show you how we do that. We'll take these smaller balls of clay, and now we can roll these like this. And I'll do the same for the other one, and I'll show you. Now what I want to do, now that we've done that, I want to take and flatten these with my fingers. See, I'm kind of flattening those with my fingers. See how that looks? Then what we're going to do is we're going to take, these are going to be teeth. So we're going to take and go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to place this in the mouth. See that? I'm going to take this and put it right here. See that? And then we'll do the other one. Just take the toothpick, go 1, make a little line, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to place this inside the mouth here. Then what we want to do is we'll take this and go like that. See I'm doing that? But then we'll flip it over and we'll do it on the other side also. So what I want to do is take and place this in the lower jaw here. See how I did that? Then we'll take, and I'll just work that in like that. And then what we'll do is we're going to put it on one on the top. And now that I've created the teeth for the upper portion, I'm going to put those in the mouth right here. See how that looks? And then the last and final piece, well, we got to do the tongue also. So I'm going to, the tongue, I've shown you how I've made tongues for other animals. We'll flatten this ball out like this, make the tongue shape. Just like that. And then what we do is you take your toothpick and go right down the center of it right here. So we create that nice little line. And then to create some texture for the tongue, I'm going to take this little tool and just kind of dab it to rough it up a little bit, to give it texture. Just like that. And now we can put this in the mouth. And then the last thing we want to do is we want to put the fangs in. So I'm going to make a hole for the fangs right here. And on this side, see I'm making the... And then down below, we want to do the same thing. And I'll do it on the other side. See these balls of clay here? That's roughly the size you want for the fangs. So I'll show you. Basically, you're going to think of an upside down ice cream cone. We're going to roll it in our fingers like this. Think of like an ice cream cone. See that tooth, how I made that? And now we're going to place that in the mouth. Right there. And I'll make the other one. So if you look at that, see how cool that is? And we all just started out with little balls of clay, and the texture and everything, it comes out when you make the fur and everything starts to come together. It looks really cool. So this is my Howling Bigfoot, and it is now ready to be fired in the oven. And now that the Howling Bigfoot has been fired in the oven, it is now ready for painting, and I will show you the types of paints that we'll use tonight. There's acrylic paints, such as this. There's about 18 in this package, which can be bought in any art store. And we're going to be using several colors. We'll be using black for the eyes. I also want to use yellow for the eyes. That'll go around the black. Be using white for the teeth. Be using tan for the face. And then we'll be using pink for the mouth, the tongue, and such. So now we can put these aside. And I'll show you the types of brushes we'll be using. I got a nice small brush like this. This probably can be used for like the teeth or the inside of the mouth there. I'll use another one this size right here. We can use that for the pink mouth. And then I do have another brush over here. I have a very good one over here. This one here I'll be using for the eyes right here. See this right here? We're going to be putting the black right in here. Just like that. See that? Came out pretty good. The next thing that we want to do is we want to paint the yellow around the eyes. So now see this here? And then we'll do it right here. See how we did that? And I'll show you the next color that we're going to do. So I'm going to dab this in. Then we'll paint. I'm going to see this. I'm painting inside. I'm going to do for the tongue. I'm going to flip this upside down I want to get the roof of the mouth and make that pink. See that? Just like that. And now I'm just going to turn this over again. I just want to make sure I finish the tongue. Now we're going to paint the white teeth. So see this here? Just like that, back and forth. See how I'm doing that? Just like that. See how we're doing that? And then we want to paint inside the mouth. See the white teeth inside the mouth here? We're going to paint inside there too. See how nicely that's coming out? The next thing that we want to do is I want to paint. We're going to get a wider brush for this. I didn't show you, but we're going to get this wide brush here. And what we want to do is paint the face, the tan color all around here. So let's show you how we're going to paint the face. See this? Back and forth like this. See this? Back and forth, back and forth. See how I'm doing that? We're going to paint around the mouth area here. See that? See I'm painting underneath. Just like that. Paint like that. Paint up above this area here. Just like that. Then you want to paint up here. Just like that, back and forth, back and forth. So back and forth, back and forth. Now you're going to continue to paint the entire face in this manner. That. So you're going to even paint the sides like that. I'm not going to paint the entire thing, but I just want to show you how to paint, how to proceed to paint it, because you might want to let it dry and then you can go back and do these other sides. Or you can put it on the table and like this, I'll show you. And you can, that'll enable you to get the sides like that. So now what I want to do is I want to show you what the final version of the Howling Bigfoot looks like. See, we get the nice tan color for the face. I know a Bigfoot's a little darker in color, or supposedly they've been reported to be like a dark gray or a black, but I figured I wanted to be able to show a lot of the detail. That's why I used the tan color. The yellow for the eyes, see how nice that came out? And then the black, see how the top of the jaw, the bottom, everything's got that nice color. And then you can see the nice pink inside the mouth. See that? And the nice white for the teeth. And that's what the final version of your Howling Bigfoot should look like. And I do want to thank you for coming to Creations in Clay. And I do look forward to seeing you again next week. Goodbye for now.